All right, so we are doing our college football preview now, after that ranking, and we're gonna go through each of the Power Five conferences and include the local, the MACs, and on this list, and then we'll do our college football playoff predictions, Heisman defensive freshman coach, and our sleeper, most overrated, and our top three NFL draft picks, for this segment. So, Ben, who is your winner and loser of the Big Ten?
I think Michigan's going to win the Big Ten. I think they will play Wisconsin in the championship.
I also think that. Yep. Yeah, Michigan, Wisconsin, and I my loser as Northwestern.
I think Western has the worst team. Yeah, by far. I don't think it'll be close. Indiana might be close.
There is a sleeper shot that I really do. I'm pretty high in Illinois this year again. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think they'll be good. I mean, they don't have Witherspoon. I don't know if you can play that same kind of defense without a guy like Devon Witherspoon. So we'll see. Plus, their defensive coordinator is gone. So
That's fair. Yeah. I mean, with a defense like they had last year, it does not surprise me. Right?
Yes, it's true.
Did very well. SEC. Who do you have there?
Georgia.
Yep.
Who is against, I mean, in the championship game. I don't know. I don't know who they'll play in the championship game. I don't know. We'll go with just Georgia. I don't know how I'm going to pick on the other side yet. LSU probably.
LSU's good. Isn't Florida? Is Florida on the other side too?
Florida is in the same side as Georgia.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm
So
in the same boat. I don't know. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, LSU and Bama are on the other side.
So I did not actually pick the conference championship game. I probably should have. I just picked the winner of the conference, and I just picked the loser.
The loser is Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I mean they're always the bottom feeder, right? Every once in a while, Mississippi State squeaks down there, but I mean outside of that, it's
Auburn's gonna also be bad in my opinion. So
yeah. The remains of the Pac-12, the scraps of the Pac-12, they're still together one more year. But who do you have as the winner and loser? I have Oregon State winning the Pac-12 this year, and
I have Washington winning the Pac-12 this year.
I think it's gonna be. I think they're both. Yeah, I kind of went back and forth, but I kind of had Oregon State as a potential sleeper. But
it's hard for me to pick against USC because they have the best player. But their defense is so bad. So, I mean, they were bad even last week against San Jose State. So,
yeah,
I think Washington is going to win. So,
and I have Stanford. Yeah, Stanford losing as the worst.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Coach Prime in Colorado as the worst, actually.
Oh yeah, I thought about that, but I'm like, what Prime did with maybe.
I think they'll have some talent. Travis Hunter, I think Shadir is going to be good. I think they've got some really good receivers, but like, I don't think anybody can block on that entire team or tackle.
The defense is going to give up like 35 points a game.
It's going to be really bad. So
yeah. I just know we talked about Stanford losing all their offensive line either. No one's blocking there either anymore. Right. So, yeah. I do have. I'll get to Oregon State in my sleep. They're a potential sleeper because they're ranked 28th right now.
Yep.
And I have them. The sleeper was any team that's not finishing in the top 15, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna finish in the top 15, and I'm gonna put Oregon State kind of in that window.
Yeah.
But anyway, on beyond that, we'll go to the ACC. And I've got Florida State winning the ACC. I love Jordan Travis as a quarterback.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Clemson.
Okay, yeah. Seems like I don't know. I'm definitely trying to play not playing the odds this time, but
they play early on in the year, so to me, I think we'll just know pretty quickly. So,
I have Virginia losing the ACC.
Virginia is the worst team.
And then that leaves the Big 12 here as the last of the Power Fives to go through. Who do you have winner and loser of them?
Big 12. I'm actually going to have Texas Tech as the winner.
Yeah.
I don't believe in Texas.
They're a team
best roster, but
they're a team that does look pretty good on paper. I'm not gonna lie.
Yep.
So if they can put it all together. I'm gonna take Texas. Ride the mullet a little bit, maybe.
He cut it off
Um,
though.
did he chop it off?
He chopped it.
Oh, never mind. I'm taking Texas Tech. I also did consider like Kansas State.
Yeah, I think Kansas State will be third. Oklahoma, I think, will be a lot better.
I think
Um,
Oklahoma's a little overrated. I'm not gonna lie. I think I considered them.
I think TCU caught fire, and they're not going to be. They're going to win 7 games this year.
Do they have TCU even ranked high though? I think I saw TCU still in the top 25.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't see that at all.
I don't think so either. Yeah. I think they might finish around the 40-45 point range, but I think
Yeah,
that's
we'll go to a bowl game, but I don't think they're doing much more than that.
yeah, I've got Texas and then I've got the loser as Houston.
Cincinnati for me.
I always forget Cincinnati's in the Big 12.
Mhm.
Shrug. Okay. Yeah, that could definitely be one. Yeah, Houston's not good, but
Gonna be
Cincinnati does.
low. West Virginia, I don't think will be very good this year either. So
And then the MAC. I've got Toledo as the winner in the MAC,
yeah, I think
and then
Toledo.
I've got Kent State as the loser.
Yes, I'll go Kent State. Western, I don't think will be very good either.
Eastern might be pretty good this year.
Who?
Eastern,
They might be.
and I think
Toledo's got the best
I think they play Toledo pretty early too for some action.
They
Yeah.
do. Toledo's got the best player in the MAC though, in DeQuan Finn. So
Yeah, Toledo looks really good on a
DeQuan
lot
Finn
of
might
levels.
have a chance to play in the NFL. We'll see.
It's happened before.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right, so we got that winner and loser. Who is your sleeper team?
Sleeper team. Hmm.
Sitting in that top 50? Who's sitting out, not sitting in that top 15? That's going to be in that top 15.
Give me Wisconsin.
That's pretty good.
I think really good running back, especially, two pretty solid ones, but really good Braylon Allen. Offensive line will still be good, and they're actually not. And Tanner Mordecai is probably the third best QB in the Big Ten now, transferring in from
SMU transfer. Yeah.
Um,
Um.
so and they're
So you
gonna
think? Do you think? So you think they move up? I think they're what 19 on my rankings I have here. But do you think
I think
we're
they'll move to it. I think they'll
like
be
top
top
10?
by the end. I don't know
Okay.
about 10. They might look like a top 10 team, but like they're playing the Big Ten West. So this could, I mean, with them, they're kind of weird because they could go one of two ways. I mean, they're running like a spread offense now, like air raid, and that's not Wisconsin. So we'll see if that even works. Now they brought in some transfers. Mordecai can definitely run that offense, and they'll still run the ball a lot with Braylon Allen and stuff. But um, it could also implode, and they go 6-6. So there's just so many bad teams in the West. I don't see them really struggling that much.
So I have Oregon State going 9-3,
Yeah.
which I think gets them. I mean, right now they're ranked at 28,
Yeah.
and they're projected for. So they're projected for 8-4 according to this.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be probably 9-3 and maybe best case 10-2.
Yeah.
And I think that lands them. I think 10-2 definitely lands them in the top, maybe even 10.
Yep.
And I think 9-3 probably gets them right there around the 14 mark. So I think they bump up. But another team, and this is, I don't know if they quite get to like top 15, but another team I'm considering is Louisville.
Yep.
And they're ranked 40th, and they're expected to go 7-5 on this ranking. I think 8-4 is doable. Maybe even 9-3 is the best case. And I think, yeah, again, 9-3 puts it pretty close to that 15 spot. So
Yeah.
Louisville's another team that I that's a little more of a reach than Oregon State. So technically I'm sticking with Oregon State, but Louisville I thought about.
Yes.
And so yeah, who's your most overrated team this year?
USC.
I like it.
You have
What's
to play
that?
some sort of defense. You have to play some kind of defense out there, and they don't at all.
So I think that's almost the same situation for me as what Tennessee is going to fall into in the SEC. So Tennessee is one of my overrated teams. I kind of went back and forth between them and Oklahoma. But Tennessee losing Hendon Hooker, so Tillman, Hyatt, some really good weapons on the offense side of the ball. I think they still run up such a simplistic offense that's almost
They're gonna
guaranteed.
score points, and Joe Milton will probably look really good sometimes, and
Yeah,
not good against good teams, probably.
which is wild. Never thought I'd say Joe Milton looked good, except right when he came to Michigan, I was pretty high on him. I was like, he's the bee's knees, but yeah, that didn't work out. And again, I think they're defense that's going to give up 28, 35 points a game on average. So I'm not feeling too strong on them either. Who's your college football playoff? Let's go there.
Georgia, Michigan. Let me think about this. Georgia, Michigan. I don't really want to put a Pac-12 team in, but I think the Big 12's worse. So Washington. And probably a second SEC team would be what I would do. Alabama.
So I have Georgia playing Ohio State first. I know we're gonna find out real soon because like you predicted, Notre Dame beats them, and they're pretty much, especially if Michigan wins, then on top of that, they're not making.
The Big Ten East is going to be interesting because Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State all play each other. Obviously, Penn State's like ranked 7th to start the season. I'm skeptical. I even thought about them as an overrated team, but they're going to be pretty good. So I didn't want to put them up there yet. So.
And then I've got 2 and 3 seeds as Michigan and Florida State.
Okay.
So
I think the ACC stinks, so we're gonna keep them out of it for me.
Except for Clemson.
Well, no, I think they're bad too. I just think they're the best of the bad. I think they still might go 10-2, just win the conference at 10-2.
Okay. Yeah, I think if Florida State can beat Clemson when it comes down to it, then I think
Florida State's got a really talented roster, and I think they're actually top to bottom more talented than Clemson even this year. I just don't know if
I'm all in on Jordan Travis.
Yeah, we'll see.
Just mental toughness, physical toughness, like watching him play a lot. So, all right. And then who's your Heisman prediction? I've actually got Sam Hartman, Notre Dame.
I think they're going to run the ball too much for him to put up the massive numbers.
So you don't think he's going to even put up if he puts up Wake Forest numbers at Notre Dame, I think he gets the.
Yeah, depending on the record, and if they beat
recognition.
Ohio State or something like that, then maybe if he has a big game. I'm going to go back with Caleb. I think he's just going to be he's the closest thing to Patrick Mahomes we've seen since Patrick Mahomes. So,
Patrick Mahomes ain't getting no Heisman.
No, but Caleb, I don't know. Caleb, if he could have come out last year, he would have been the number 1 pick.
Oh, for sure.
He's really good.
Can you replicate that season? I know they're missing some pieces that they had last year, but
yeah, they've got their freshman receiver. I think is probably the best freshman receiver.
And that's my freshman of the year. We'll get to him. Yeah. So I guess we'll just do freshman. Yeah, I've got Zachariah Branch as my freshman of the year. But I did consider Pete Woods, Clemson defensive tackle.
Yep. That's definitely an option there. I got a few guys I could list here. I think Caleb Downs from Alabama, I think it has a good chance to be really good. Dante Moore, I was going to put up there for UCLA, but he's not even going to be a starter the first game, so nope. Anthony Hill from Texas. But I think I'm probably going to go with I'll go with I'll go with Caleb Downs.
Yep. And then my defense player of the year is going to be Kool-Aid McKinstry, defense back for Bama. Just the name takes the cake, and that's all you need to have to win a defensive player of the year for college football. Just kidding. He's actually just a really good defensive back.
Yeah, no, he's really good. I mean, I like Harold Perkins Jr. from LSU a lot, linebacker. Um, I'm gonna go defensive player of the year though. I'm gonna go with Jared Verse from Florida State.
And then my coach of the year is going to be Jimbo Fisher, Texas A&M. If they get 10 wins, I
I think
think
he gets
Jimbo Fisher.
fired this year.
Ooh,
Coach of the year, I'll give it to Joey McGuire from Texas Tech. I have him winning.
I mean, yes, especially with them, you predicted them to win.
Is that
Yeah.
Luke Fickell was in consideration just with Wisconsin winning the
If Wisconsin does also move up to top, like 10 to 15, he's
Yeah.
definitely up there. Because that proves he can do it on again all levels again.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I think that's everything except the last one is who are your top 3 NFL pick choices? I've got Caleb Williams. I think he's going to go this year. And he won't miss out if he has another good year. Drake May going to, I just feel like in a good quarterback class. And I think this would be one. They always tend to go 1, 2, 3 if they even have that third
I
quarterback
wouldn't be
sneak in.
surprised if some teams
however-
like Drake better than Caleb because he's a more prototypical guy, but Caleb is the talent's too crazy. So
Yeah. And then I think I would, if it wasn't an unprecedented talent outside of the quarterback position here in Marvin Harrison Jr., I would probably say there'd be a third quarterback that could go here.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be one of the years where there actually will be a run on quarterbacks early on, especially with just the talent that's coming out.
talent's crazy. I mean, you got guys that.
But Marvin Harrison Jr. is also crazy. I think he's the best receiver
I
to
think
come
he's
out.
the highest pick receiver. I mean, he could go in the top. He could be number 1 if the right team's there.
If he goes off this year, for sure. If he goes off with Kyle McCord and not CJ Stroud, I think that indicates you're a talented receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would pick the same top 3. There's other options, I guess. The top 2, I think, are pretty set in stone, in my opinion.
I should check. Who does Walter Football have? They've always released ridiculous. They have like the 2025 mock draft already out. I got to see what they got. So they have the Vegas Raiders picking first. Interesting. I don't think they're going to be that bad, but the Raiders do need a quarterback. So Caleb Williams fits. I don't think they're going to ride with Jimmy G forever.
No.
And then Tampa Bay Bucks too, picking Drake May. Okay, so this is exactly what I have. And then the Cardinals have Marvin Harrison Jr., which I feel like is a great replacement for DeAndre Hopkins.
Yep.
So that makes sense. And then wow, look at that, Jared Verse, Florida State, number 4 to the Rams.
Verse was an option. I don't know how high a tight end would go, but if Brock Bowers leaves, he might be top 10. He'll easily be top 10.
So they have Brock Bowers at 9 to the Colts right now.
Yeah.
To give Anthony Richardson a dynamic intermediate weapon. And then so Washington, maybe the Redskins by that point. Joe Alt from Notre Dame at tackle.
Yep.
And then the Penn State's tackle will go 6 to the Patriots with Olumaiwaya Fashanu.
Yeah.
Saints, Braylon Trice, defensive end from Washington. Then another DN, Dallas Turner from Bama.
Yeah.
JC Latham, tackle guard, Bama.
Yeah.
Michael Hall Jr., DT, Ohio State. JT Tuamalu, Ohio State. Wow. So they're gonna have the Bears go back to back Ohio State because the Bears have 11 and 12 in this mock.
ATT is overrated. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's overrated. You know who had a better pass rush win rating than JTT last year?
Luigi Villon.
Taylor Upshaw.
Know that. But wow.
Taylor Upshaw had a better pass rush percentage rating.
And we never got to hear about Taylor Upshaw. We all heard about JTT.
Yeah, exactly. Because he had a couple really big games, but I'm telling you, against good teams, he didn't show up. So
what's they got here? Clemson's Ruke Orahoro. Jack Sawyer, another DN from Ohio State. Wow.
He's also overrated. He barely played last year.
Jack Nelson from Wisconsin, lineman. Kalen King, Penn State. So this is loaded with Big Ten talent, especially in this class. And then Donovan Jackson, Ohio State guard. Johnny Wilson, Florida State wide receiver. Quinn Ewers, 17 to the Falcons.
I don't know if Quinn will even leave. I'll be honest, depending on the year he has, I don't know. I think he probably needs to because Arch is right behind him, but I'm not sold on it either.
He can't transfer again, can't he? How many transfers?
Well, he could, but I don't know. I'm not sold on Archie yet either. So
They've got Xavier Worthy there for Texas,
yeah,
Clean Carson, Wake Forest corner, Mason Smith, yeah, like you said, LSU DT, Tavondre Sweat, deep nose tackle Texas, Chico Bennett, Virginia, Kwame Lassiter Jr. It's Kamari Lassiter, so it's the other son. Who's the first? They have Emeka Abuka, 18 and then the Lions they have picking at 19 and getting Max Melton, the corner from Rutgers.
I would not like that.
They said the Lions wanted Devin Witherspoon, but now they can get Max Melton.
No, that's the dumbest take I've ever seen in my life.
Blake Corum, 34 to the Raiders.
That's pretty high.
You think so? Yeah.
This tail running back who, I mean, I don't know.
They have Kool-Aid McKinstry at 38. Spencer Rattler at 37.
Spencer Rattler.
Eric Gilbert, the tight end from Nebraska at 36.
Mm-hmm.
There's Donovan Edwards, 43 to the Bears.
Donovan Edwards, actually to the Bears would be dangerous with Fields, but Donovan Edwards probably has a better NFL career than Blake Corum.
Donovan Edwards could be a late first. I know the running back position isn't valued anymore, but I think he's going to go before Corum if he even.
He will if he has a big year. If he catches the ball like they hope he will, like come on, like might be the best receiver on the team.
They've got Eric All right behind Donovan Edwards to the Panthers. Then KJ Jefferson on that run, QB from Arkansas.
Yeah.
Let's see who else they got. I'm just trying to find some big. Jaden Daniels, 52 for the Vikings. Wow. Jack Kaiser, linebacker, Notre Dame. Lions get Bo Limmer, the guard from Arkansas.
They don't like the Lions here.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Although I will say this, I would like the Lions to start stacking up on maybe a couple good offensive linemen here because this O-line isn't going to be together that much longer.
One of those guys has to go. They can't pay them all.
Well, and I think you got Ragnow thinking about just retiring. I mean, just because he's been beat to hell.
I don't hate having a guard in the second round, and Bo Limmer's out, but then you get Storm Duck right after that. I mean, yeah, they've only got the first 2 rounds on this mock draft, but those are interesting guys to think about.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That's the conclusion of our college football preview, and then we will do the NFL preview next week, and then we're gonna go on vacation. So
yeah, we're gonna go on vacation, but we'll have some college football games to recap at some point here pretty soon this week.
We'll do some catching up for sure, and then with the Lions, we'll talk about them next week, but they're leading off the NFL season, so it's
hopefully
be fun.
With a victory. That would be
sets them up for success.
That would be crazy.
Puts a lot of eyes on them. Man, that's so much goodness gonna happen.
Crazy if they won. Just don't get blown off. Just don't get wiped off the field. That'd be bad. So
we'll see you next week then.
See you.